Wow.
Wait a sec, Sean. Hold on.
Oh, wow, Sean. I could be up here and give a super sappy, sentimental speech, but who wants to hear that? Let's keep it real. Let's take a step back and look at what we really have. Another great example of two mediocre people trying to not. This is a wrong speech. Where's my assistant? Sven?
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
That's for next week. Seriously though, I would like to congratulate Sean and Dawn for getting married. Also, commend Sean on his pick of a best man. Dawn and I used to joke that, we used to joke that we were brother and sisters. Now we are by law. And, you know, we kind of thought of us as brother and sister fighting over Sean's money. And now I imagine these new business ventures that I have are going to be a lot harder after today, Sean funding it. But that's okay. I understand. I mean, I need to get on with my life. I maybe need to buy my own car. But yeah, today I'm here to give some insight in Sean and Dawn's relationship, and also Sean himself. He couldn't ask for a better brother. He's the greatest brother in the world. And Sean's right when he said he's lucky. I mean, he's lived the life of Riley. And I hope you two together continue to do so. And it's great. Like when we were kids, Sean was always the one on, going on horseback riding trips with my mom. He's the star soccer player, Spider-Man costumes. And there's this picture that depicts our relationship pretty well. It's Sean with, he was in 3rd grade, I was in 2nd grade. And I actually saw this picture when I was in high school. And it's Sean with his soccer ball with his t-shirt on, and he might have been even spinning the ball. And he played for the Red Barons, and he scored 31 goals. And then I was in the background. We lived in a rural area much like this, and I'm out and just staring into space. And what really killed me is on the back of it, my mom inscribed, she's like, "Oh, here's Sean the superhero, and Dan in his persuasive way." I think I might have ripped it up after that, so I don't know if we still have the picture. But that explained it. My life consisted of trying to convince Neil that, hey, we need to get in some trouble. Be off the porch. Light paper airplanes. Don't worry about it. That's what life's all about. Sean was out there. Even all the, sports, lacrosse, hockey, football, everybody's All-American. School. Me and Neil tried to outdo him in school. He never carried a book. From all the way through high school, never carried a book. Home, he got average grades. He probably was a class clown, I don't know. Me and Neil carried backpacks so heavy that it gave us scoliosis. And with Sean, I have another good story about Sean and our relationship. His 10th grade year, he had this teacher, Mr. Zaliga. And he was a world history teacher. Everybody loved him. He was a fun teacher. Well, Sean and his friends would make fun of Mr. Zaliga because Mr. Zaliga's humor of Mr. Zaliga's neighborhood. Take off, his humor was Mr. Robbins' neighborhood or Mr. Rogers. And kids would kind of laugh, and he had his teacher's pet, and he was charged his pedophile. Sorry, Mr. Zaliga, if you're out there. So anyway, Sean and his friends would make fun of Mr. Zaliga, didn't laugh at all his jokes. And Sean had this book report he had to do. And Sean, in this book report, report, watch the movie instead of reading that in Life of Riley. He watched the movie, and at the end of this book report for the conclusion, and I guess it was a good book report, he would have gotten A. But he said, this movie really makes you think. And Mr. Zaliga came to him afterwards and said, did you cheat? Did you watch the movie instead of read the book? And to Sean's testament of his character, that's Mr. Zaliga. Come in, Mr. Zaliga. Okay, so to Sean, when he asked, he said, Sean, did you cheat? Sean's like, yeah, I watched the movie. Sean had to stay for a whole month, an hour after school every day, and read the book, The Battle of Midway. But I don't know if he really read it. He probably just stared at the pages and flipped it. Anyways, I had Mr. Zaliga the next year. And Mr. Zaliga, after 3 tests with him, it's world history, I was getting good grades on the test. And he pulled me aside and said, accuse me of cheating after class. He's like, Dan, are you cheating? I'm like, no. These are easy. And after he was convinced I wasn't cheating, he's like, I apologize. You know what? The reason I said this is because your brother Sean. Okay? And then he goes on to tell me, he's like, Dan, you keep it up, and in 10 years, you'll be happy when you're making $24,000 in Sean. Look at me! I'm trying to start nonprofit charities. So that's when I think of Sean, all the friends that he brought up to Seattle, now they're friends of mine. And I probably wouldn't have nearly as many friends as me. That's for sure. But there's a song that comes to mind when I think of Sean, and this is it.
I lost my license, now I don't drive. I have a little right in the back. I like the doors in case I'm attacked. I'm making records, my friends they can't wait. They write me letters, tell me I'm great. So I got me an office, gold records on the wall. Just leave a message, maybe I'll call. Lucky I'm saying that you're all I want. Say I'm cool, it's cool. I can't complain, but sometimes I still do. Life's been good to me so far.
So that explains Sean. So now, Sean and Don's relationship. I spend probably the most time over there, and it's not because of Don's good cooking. I mean, Neil and Julie's. It's not because of our intellectual conversation. Me and Mike and Robin. It's because they're just fun to hang out with. That's something Sean said about Dawn. He's like, hey, she has a great attitude about life, and it's true. I mean, Sean, when we were kids, I was his alarm clock. Dawn, now you're his alarm clock. You know how hard it is, right?
Yeah.
And it's, Sean's like this Yellowstone bear. Those chocolates, well, like I remember the last week, Sean was caught in the chocolates. She had him in the refrigerator, and the bag was out, Sean was at home, and Don's like, oh my gosh. And it's like a big bag of chocolates from Costco. And it's halfway drawn out, Sean was in there like, he probably left 2 wrappers to his room. But that's Sean and Don. And that's, and Sean's committed to Don, and Don's committed to Sean. And their names rhyme. Like my name, Dan Horan. See why I like them so much? So I'd like to thank everyone. Have a great night. And Godspeed. Oh wait, Tracy, I'd like to call up. Even though Tracy wasn't playing the speech, I talked to her last night and I was like, Make it do a speech, talk about her boyfriend. Here she comes.